Okay, so it's 8 o'clock. We'll begin. We're going to do the mindfulness of breathing this morning. So I just wanted to say a few words about mindfulness, because it's often misunderstood is mindfulness. We can think of it in terms of just not forgetting things and doing things properly and all that kind of stuff, which is part of it. But for me, the most important part of awareness is to know what I'm doing right now, right this moment, and every moment. And we don't do that, do we? We spend our lives zipping off into the future about what's going to happen and speculating about the weather, our future prospects, holidays, whatever we're going to do. And sometimes planning is very necessary, and so it's not all a waste of time, but a lot of it is, isn't it? It's just speculation and fantasizing, or else if we're not doing that, we go back into the past, thinking about the past, and that isn't helpful either. I mean, it might be nice to do occasionally, but we do it an awful lot, and when we do it, it's often quite negative. We're thinking back into the past of things we wish we hadn't done, or that shouldn't have happened, or that feel wrong. So we can get frightened and anxious and upset just with all this thinking process, and none of it bears any resemblance to the real truth of the matter, the real truth of how things are. The truth of how things are is right now in this moment. That's the only thing that we've really got, and it's always changing. And that is our life. And our life is made up of these trillions and trillions of small moments of now. And if we're caught up in the past or the future, we miss our lives. We completely miss our lives. We're caught up in some kind of illusion of life. And real life is here right now. And it's rich and it's wonderful. And it's free, mostly free of suffering. If we can really be here, then our mind is not getting worried or anxious or excited or upset. It's just content and peaceful in this moment. But having said that, it's quite hard to do. So this is why we practice meditation. This is why we're doing the mindfulness of breathing. And that moment when you come back after you've been distracted, that is true mindfulness. That's true awareness. Actually, I prefer the word awareness. It feels stronger and more relevant. So when you're distracted in this meditation and you notice you've been distracted, just celebrate that moment, because it's a moment of pure awareness. You know you're there. You know you've been distracted. You are completely cognizant of the situation, and yet you're not thinking. There is just this beautiful moment of silence. And that moment is what we're trying to broaden, make bigger, lengthen. As we meditate more, we'll have slightly less thoughts, and the moments of mindfulness or awareness will stretch. And eventually, if we keep practicing, we will be very aware, and we will know exactly what's happening in every moment of our lives. And our lives will seem longer and more fruitful and richer and more wholesome. So that's the object of this. So I've got a poem that sort of describes that from an Irish poet called David White, who some of you may know. And I love this poem. I can't read it as well as he does. If you get a chance to listen to him reading it, then do take it. It's David White, Everything is Waiting for You. And we'll do this, and then we'll go straight into the meditation. Everything is waiting for you. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witness to the tiny hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely even you, at times, have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you. And the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours you a drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. So all this is waiting for us, this richness of life, if we can just allow our minds to settle. So we'll begin by just noticing our minds, just noticing what they're like, what the state of them is, positive or negative, comfortable, uncomfortable, pleasant or unpleasant, or just maybe neutral. And the key with mindfulness and awareness is not forcing it. So what we have to try and remember is to accept things as they are, just as they are, however they are, all the time. So accepting the state of our mind this morning, right now, as it is. We can't really do anything about how it is right now. This is where we're starting from. So we gracefully accept it and prepare to set up conditions for a quieter mind, a more peaceful state of being. Noticing how we are emotionally, pleasant, unpleasant, happy, sad, irritated. Whatever it is, it's okay. Just having a kindly acceptance of the state of our emotions. And moving to an awareness of the body. Sitting or lying here this morning, right in this moment. What does your body feel like? Heavy, light, pleasant, unpleasant, good bits and achy bits, sleepy. However it is, just casting a kindly eye upon it and accepting that. Too often we try and fight how we are, and it's counterproductive. Just recognizing what we're like, the state we're in, and having a kindly awareness of that. Just seeing it as a starting point for the next many, many moments to come. Feeling the connection with the seat or the bed or the floor, whatever you're lying or sitting on, and the weight of your body. And just allowing whatever you're sitting or lying on to take your weight. Just giving it up. Relaxing the body as much as you can. Maybe taking a few deep breaths and breathing all the way out. Noticing your face. We hold our faces quite rigidly sometimes, particularly our foreheads. So just letting the muscles in the forehead and the face relax. Letting it all sag. Just giving up holding the face in any way. Checking any slight aches in the neck or the shoulder. Maybe adjusting your posture. Sitting straight, but not leaning back too much. The head balancing on the shoulders. It might help to move the head around a little bit. Backwards and forwards and side to side till you find the premium position, the most comfortable spot. Tucking the chin in slightly as well. And bringing attention now to the breath itself. Coming and going. Noticing the way it moves the body, particularly the upper, the chest, the upper back, the sides, constantly expanding and contracting. Just allowing yourself to get absorbed as much as you can in that rhythm, that sensation of the breath. This is the mindfulness of breathing, and it's in 4 stages. I'll lead us through all 4. In the first stage, we're just going to follow the out breath. And this is really good because it helps us to relax. So following the out breath right from the beginning, right to the very end. If we wish, we can place a number at the end, counting from 1 to 10 and then starting again. Just a number, placing a number on at the end of each out breath. But the main thing is to follow the out breath right from the beginning to the end. And each time relaxing a little bit more. And when you realize you've been distracted, just rejoicing in that moment of awareness and mindfulness that this noticing is, this little bit of time without any thought that's so clear. Not making too much effort, just following each out breath from the beginning to the end. And just checking your posture now, making sure that you're comfortable, adjusting if need be. And then in the second stage, we're going to begin following the in-breath right from the beginning right to the very end. And if you like, you can count at the beginning of each in-breath, starting with 1, and then 2, and starting and going right up to 10, and then starting again. But the main thing is to follow each in-breath right from the beginning to the end, just staying as aware as you can of each in-breath. So just noticing as you follow each in-breath that you don't need to have any thoughts going on. You still know that you're following each in-breath. You're still completely here. And this is awareness. This is mindfulness. If you're getting distracted a lot by thoughts, don't worry about it. Just, this is quite normal. Just keep coming back. Keep noticing that you have come back, that you are aware. And in the third stage, if we've been counting, we're going to stop doing that. And we're going to bring our awareness to the whole of our upper body. Just noticing the breathing in the upper body, the way the upper body moves with the breath, the sensations of that breath. Just really allowing ourselves to be pulled in to all the different rich sensations of the breathing in the upper body. And when you get distracted, just noticing that with kindness and patience, and coming back to the movement of the breath in the upper body. And if you wish, you can broaden your awareness out to other parts of the body, the abdomen, the belly, just noticing how they move with the breath. And taking in the arms and the legs, noticing if you can feel the breath moving in the arms and the legs. And the head and the face. Can you feel the breath in the head and the face? And now broadening out to the whole of your being. Just noticing this experience of the breath in the whole of you. The whole breathing body. And in the final stage, we're going to concentrate our awareness around the spot where the breath comes into the body. So that could be the upper lip or the nostrils. Just this little patch of delicate skin where the breath passes in and out of the body. And just really focusing on the sensations that you can feel in this tiny area. Very delicate, subtle sensations. Not getting too caught up with thinking about it. Just relaxing and just observing what it feels like. What is your experience right now? Just keeping on focusing on the point where the breath enters the body and the feelings it produces. Just really concentrating without too much effort. Then for the last couple of minutes of this meditation, just relaxing, letting go of all effort, and just sitting with your experience, whatever it is. and noticing how it feels, how you feel right now. And also noticing that this right now, this moment of presence, is a long way away from when we began. Many, many moments of awareness have passed, and they're still passing. So here we are in another and another. So as we bring this meditation to an end, just maybe trying to aspire to noticing more moments of time, more moments of awareness rather than time, moments of awareness, reality, as you go through the day. Just noticing constantly what it feels like to be here right now. Well, that's it for this morning here on this particular meditation. I'm hoping we'll be back about 5 to 11 for another meditation at 11 o'clock from Museum Gardens in York. But it's an experiment, so I'm not certain it'll work. But do join us then, either online or maybe you can make it to Museum Gardens. We'll be in the area between the ruins of the Abbey and the gardens at the back of the art gallery. A little patch of, quite a big patch of grass there, very pleasant area. So if you can join us, we'll be there from 10:45 till midday, and we'll just bring something to sit on, and we'll do about half an hour's meditation at 11. Hello to people who joined us later. I'm just trying to find them. Sarah, Carol, and Leslie, and Karen. Good to see you. And thank you all for coming this morning. Hope that was a good start for your weekend. And take care. If I don't see you this weekend, have a good weekend. And Kate will be back on Tuesday at 8 and at 11, and then I'll be back on Wednesday. So maybe see you then. Lots of love to you. Bye.